All right, we're live. And
Yay!
again,
Are you
hey,
sure?
yeah, I'm sure. You know what? And
I'm not live on my computer. That's why I ask.
oh, well, we're live here. We're good. All right, so thank you everyone so much for coming and watching another episode of Monday Night Draw with Meredith and Dave.
And Meredith's cough.
And Meredith's cough. I was going to draw Moon Knight for this one.
Yeah, we had some fights about this.
We did, because I was going to draw Moon Knight, but I actually, I forgot. So I had talked to my best friend, Lance, well before Christmas. This would have been in November, and then again, like, early December, about drawing something for Maddie. And for those of you guys that have been here for a while on the show, Maddie has come by. She is Lance's niece, and I was going to draw a picture of the vision for Maddie, and I completely. It's after Christmas, so I'm late, but I wanted to get it in. So my apologies, Maddie. I'm very sorry that this is late, but at least we're getting it to it now. And I mean, this is the way that I operate around here, Meredith. You have to admit, I'm the worst with this stuff. So hopefully, better late than never. And Merry Christmas, belatedly, Maddie. So here we go. I'm going to get started. By the way,
I have a feeling that Maddie's not going to be disappointed that you're drawing a sketch on the stream. She probably can't watch tonight because school's back up.
I actually gave Lance a call and I said, if Maddie wants to watch, like tonight would be a good night to watch. I don't know. And I said also, if she has to go to school, then, she can always watch it later on. But anyway, so for this one, yeah, it's the Vision. And so this is my copy of the first appearance of Vision. This is a cherished copy. I actually pulled it down from my shelf. I have it kind of displayed because, it's the first appearance of the Vision, and it's by John Buscema, who's one of my all-time favorite artists. Actually, I showed some of his art. I've got a little bit of original art from him, and I showed it last stream. So I'm going to be basically drawing this.
You're copying.
I'm copying this time.
David Finch after.
It's a homage.
You're going to write that on when you sign it.
I'll have to, yeah. Well,
David Finch after.
Okay, look, it's happened before. So I look at things quite a bit when I'm drawing, and I recommend that you do, because if you don't, you end up drawing really things can get stale. So it's good to look at other artists for influence. It really is. But you have to be very careful to not take it too far. And I've definitely done that before. What's the matter?
I just got bad news. Kenny can't join us tonight because he's got to do some school stuff.
Well, we'll miss you, Kenny.
We will miss you, Kenny. Freaking school, man.
Won't be the same. It's not the same without Kenny.
What are we going to do when the world goes back to normal and people actually have lives again? I hope they run out of things to watch on Netflix and they keep tuning into Monday Night Draw.
Yeah. Yeah, let's all hope for people to not be able to get their lives back.
No, I didn't say that. I said we just hope they run out of things to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a totally different thing. People were binging on Netflix long before we had a pandemic.
Right.
People were lying in their beds on Saturdays, binge watching Schitt's Creek.
You can't say that. I was just thinking. So this is a show we've been watching all week.
We actually say that. That's a TV show.
Right. We watched it actually a few years ago, and we were watching it on Netflix, and we caught up anyway. So we went all the way back to season 1. Episode 1 and started watching again, and just about through it now. How far is it now?
We're on season 5.
Okay.
Maddie says, "Hey, Dave Meredith, I'm here for a little while tonight. You're such an inspiration. Thank you for everything you do."
Oh, well, thank you for coming, Maddie. I'm glad you could make it for a little bit for this one. So I hope you enjoyed the sketch. And I'm sorry that you're back in school, but
it'll be Moon Knight next week.
Yeah, Moon Knight next week.
Because I was looking forward to some Moon Knight too. All right, we've got a super chat from NYC Tours for $4.99. I don't see a comment, but thank you for the super chat, NYC Tours.
Thank you.
And if you have a comment, I will try to keep my eye on the stream for it.
I saw Jimmy Reyes is here. Charles Petrie's here. Lance Dubois, I said.
Most importantly, I'm assuming the moderator extraordinaire.
Eric, yep.
Eric here on the stream. My favorite person next to you, Dave.
Fair enough. I
Okay, I like my kids too.
Yeah,
And sorry, Eric, you're moving down the list. No, I'm kidding. On Monday nights, Eric is my favorite person, even more than Dave.
Wow. Actually, the book of the week this week, Eric will be very familiar with just from yesterday. We were talking yesterday, and I kind of dug it out, and we were talking about it. So that's going to be the book of the week. I'm kind of pumped for this one. It's a book actually I got really when it first came out, and the copy that I'm going to show you. Actually, the cover's broken off of that one too, but it's a copy I got not that long ago. So should be fun. Help me out, Meredith. I'm dying.
Oh, I'm just reading the stream. I saw some comments about Cobra Kai, which we have not watched the third season yet. That's next when we're done Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing.
We're gonna have to go back and watch the first season.
There are a couple of shows that.
Oh, and Charles Petru. Sorry, I'm jumping in to interrupt you because Charles Petru reminded me. He said, "My first shout out of the year. Happy New Year, everybody!" Because last time we streamed was 2020.
It was an entire year ago.
It was an entire year ago. I read a joke. No, I didn't read a joke. Somebody posted on Facebook, one of my friends, that her son was in the bathroom. So that I'm not going to do justice to this. When the clock turned over, so he could say that he flushed 2020 away.
Yeah.
I'm. Oh my gosh. Genevieve's not listening to the stream, so it doesn't matter.
It's unfortunate though that
badly I butchered that. I'm gonna have to scroll through my feed. Instead, I'm gonna segue into the next super chat and totally cut you off.
Okay.
From Xander Malcolmson, thank you so much, Xander, for £5. Xander wants to know: can we get a Dark Knight Returns Batman with the M1 carbine grappling hook after Moon Knight?
How is it that I have not drawn the Dark Knight? Okay, definitely. And I'm going to do it Frank Miller style. You know what I mean when I say that?
I too.
Yeah, that actually will be you know what? That'll be a lot of fun. Oh. And I don't think of all the streams that I've done, I've always, even for stuff that's really strange, like, you know, the Grinch, it's always kind of been the way that I always draw. It'd be a lot of fun doing something Frank Miller style.
I like this comment from Santino Singh. Who's this guy drawing over Meredith's commentary?
Yeah.
So funny. So funny. Other minds, we have not yet watched Wonder Woman.
Not yet. We will.
We will get
it's coming. And to be honest, I'm not in a massive hurry to watch just because we're always in the position of not having enough to, like, you run out of things to watch and then we're searching around. And so right now we have a show that's not going to, it'll last another couple of days. And then we have, a Cobra Kai.
Oh, we watched Kim's Convenience, which Ketopia says, I'm watching Kim's Convenience with the family now because of you guys. Thank you so much. So flippin' funny. Oh my gosh. See you. Okay, see you. Kim's Convenience is so flippin' good. It is so good. And it's, unlike Schitt's Creek, it really is very friendly, family friendly.
It is.
You know what I mean?
I wish that I could do like some kind of impressions. You know?
Oh yeah, I was going to do tonight in my best Moira Rose impersonation since we've been watching Schitt's Creek, and last week I had to do all of these. Pretend I was really bad at doing the accents, but I can say "baby." How's the baby today?
There you go. That's pretty good. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, it's so funny. It's such a good show. The baby. It's the baby. All right. Sorry, I've totally lost. We both lost track of what we're doing now.
Oh, right. I want to watch The Mandalorian again.
Oh, yeah.
So, because we actually watched season 1 twice. We watched it and then we watched it again when season 2 came out. And I don't want to wait for another season. I really want to watch season 2 again. And part of it, you know what it is? I'm always convinced. I guess I just worry when a new show, like when a show that is really good, it comes out for a season. I'm always worried they're going to blow it on the next season.
No,
I liked it better.
You liked it better because of the last episode, which we're not going to say anything. And I'm just going to read the super chat before I say the next comment.
Okay.
Tag says, I'm just going to say Tag because Tag's here every week. Thank you so much for the super chat, Tag. Tag says, Happy New Year. Here's to a better year for all of us. And that was a $5 super chat from Tag.
Well, thank you very much, Tag. And by the way, I realize it's cut off. He's got feet. There you go.
Feet for Maddie, people. Feet for Maddie. I think the Mandalorian had episodes that were better, but I think the overall story arc wasn't as strong as it was in the first season.
Whatever. I
know why you love it. I know why everybody loves it, and I can't argue with it. It gave you like all the feels.
Wow. Okay. Let's not. Seriously, man.
Sorry. All right, we have another super chat from Ryan Parfait. Ryan for $4.99. Ryan says, D&M, sorry, been a little bit. Just found out we're having another little Parfnader in July. Harley Quinn, my daughter, will be a big sister. Oh my gosh, congratulations, wow, Ryan. That's amazing news.
Congratulations.
Well, we can't wait to find out what you're having. When you're having it. When you know what you're having. That's exciting.
It really is.
You know, one of the things about where we are right now in life is I can be excited for other people to have kids. But should I find out at my advanced age that I was expecting, you might find me standing on a bridge.
Next time we're expecting, it'll be
a grandchild.
It'll be a grandchild, and that'll be great.
It better not be soon either. Everett, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Better not be soon.
At least 20 years.
Because I'm too young to be a grandma.
Are we, though? We're getting old.
Speak for yourself.
You know, I think about how old our parents were. You know what I mean? This is where I really feel old. When you realize how much older you are than your memories of your parents, you know?
I remember I thought my parents were old when they were 30, though.
Yep.
But our parents were old when they were 30.
I remember
people didn't stay young the same way they stay young now.
Oh, your parents are young. I remember.
Actually, I feel like they're younger than
my dad found out he was type 2 diabetic at around the age I am right now.
Really?
Yep.
When he was 60?
Yeah. Which always scares me. And this is so.
That's why Dave's working out again.
That's right.
4 days in a row.
I don't even care what a cliche it is because it's, you know, it's January and I totally basically timed it for the beginning of January. I mean, what can I say?
You know what?
But you got to start sometime. It was a good time to start. And yeah, so I'm a few days in. I'm pretty stiff right now. And this is where you really realize just how old you are when I start working out. And holy man, you know, it's harder to recover than it used to be. But it feels great. I feel just all around, even after a couple of days, much, much better. And so I'm into it again, you know, and I think I'm into it enough this time, Meredith, that because I start and then I stop. I don't think that's going to happen this time. I'm feeling really good about it. I stepped on the scale.
Well, I could tell by the fact that you've done it as much as you've done it.
Yeah.
That you're like, you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
There's a point in which you get to where you're like, enough.
But yeah, and I stepped on the scale, right? And I hadn't done that. It's been, you know how long it's been since I was willing to step on a scale? Like it's been ages. So I'm just going to tell you guys, I was 212.6, which is really overweight for me.
That's more detail than you gave me.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's a lot for me.
You must really love the stream.
But it's actually not as high as I have been. Even like 4 years ago, I got to like 220. So, and my like a good weight for me is around 180. Even 185 is actually not bad. Like am
I allowed to say you're sexy at like 180, 185? Not that you're not sexy now.
Hey, look, you know what? It makes a difference, right? It makes a difference. I understand. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'll let you know where I am next week. Probably won't have lost it, but I'll let you know anyway where I'm at. So I'm excited about it.
All right, next super chat comes from Anthony G for $9.99. Anthony's giving us that super chat for a Hulu subscription so we can watch Letterkenny. Can we get Hulu in Canada?
I don't.
I hope we can. If not,
Letterkenny's a Canadian show. We gotta
I know. If not, maybe we can get it on Amazon Prime.
And if there's not Hulu, then there would be a Canadian.
We'll get it. We can get it through iTunes or something. We'll get it. Yeah. Anthony, now we're getting it. Thank you to you.
And we need to watch it. I've heard so much from a lot of people.
Good stuff about it. Because I'm not a Trailer Park Boys kind of, but Letterkenny seems like it'd be great. Why is it not on Canadian Netflix, Canada?
I like Trailer Park Boys, but it's a lot to take in. And like I found binge watching it was a lot. I don't
think it's a Meredith show.
It's not a Meredith show. You never know. You like some pretty tasteless stuff.
That's true. I like Family Guy.
So
I think that show's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And so coarse that I watch it like it's like a guilty secret though. I don't want the kids to, but then Isaac's like, "Oh, you're watching Family Guy." I'm like, "No, you can't watch this show."
Yeah.
He watches it though, not around me, and thankfully he doesn't get the jokes.
We have Paula to thank for Family Guy.
Who?
Paula.
Yeah,
your buddy Paula. Because
her kids is who we have to thank.
Yeah, because they're the ones that always had it on.
That's right.
So Maddie, her uncle. We're over there.
He's not allowed to watch Family Guy.
No, it's not appropriate. But we're over there all the time, and their kids watch Family Guy, and even Paula, Lance's wife, Meredith's friend, has actually sat and watched. Like she doesn't like to admit it.
It's not her thing.
Yeah, but you know what? She's okay. Maybe she puts up with it, but the fact that she was willing to put up with it I think it helped.
The fact that it had been in a house other than my own first.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The problem is now we've watched every single episode twice.
No, we're done. Well, not even twice.
Not even? 1.5 anyway, for sure.
Oh, all right. Next. Hold on. Super chat. I've copied and pasted a few so I don't lose them. Failing Falsely has a super chat for $5. Failing wants to know, thank you for the super chat. Do people ever stop asking you to draw phallic objects? I figured it would stop, but it hasn't. I can't honestly say people have asked you to draw that.
Phallic object? No.
I don't really get asked that. Somebody else might be getting that problem.
I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, but no way.
Thank you for the super chat. Not really a problem here.
No, and honestly, it would be a pretty easy one to go, no.
Yeah, no. Supersonico has a super chat for 25 Mexican dollars. I don't see a comment there, but I'll look for it later in the stream.
Supersonico is from Mexico.
Yes.
Awesome.
Just in case I missed it.
I missed Mexico. Mexico is the last place I traveled to before it all got shut down.
That you might not make it home.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm responding to a comment in the chat.
Okay.
And the next super chat comment I have is from Fraser Oakley for £4.99. Happy New Year, guys. Working on some God of War pages ready for the portfolio critiques. Will there be a page limit? Looking to send 10 to 13 pages. That's too much. If you're looking for a portfolio critique, 10 to 13 pages is too much.
Yeah,
Pick
absolutely.
your best 2.
Yes. Okay. Traditional portfolios, you really want to have 3 pages. That's basically the standard. This is what everybody says. 3 pages of stuff. Truthfully, now I think it's still good to have 3 pages just because. Okay, people can tell whether they like your work. If they're looking to hire, they can tell whether they like your work or not within 1 page. That's truthfully. But if they do like it, they want to see enough to say, okay, this person can, do a few different things, and that's where doing a few extra pages is a good thing. That many pages, though, 10 to 13 pages, it's fine to do that, but you're definitely at that point you're doing it for yourself, which I don't think is a bad thing. But it's too much to try and show for sure. It's absolutely too much. What you end up with when you do that is, and also you really want to show your best work. I mean, consider it, it's like a job interview, like what's your worst quality? Well, I guess I'm too self-critical. You know what I mean? Like you want to lie. So, show your best stuff.
Yeah. You want to spin.
You want to spin.
You want to spin. It's all about the spin.
Spend a month on the pages, and then when they ask how long it took, say, about a day a page.
Yeah.
I did that. I have to admit.
I totally do not doubt that you did that.
Now, okay, this can be a bad thing too. I've heard editors and I've talked to editors where they say, look, if it takes longer, that's fine. They just need to know that. But
nobody can take a month a page. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. And the reason you can't take a month a page is because they pay you as you work. And if they, I mean, that's a lot of money. And I mean, comics, you know, I wish it was a higher
page rate.
I wish there was more money in the business and we were all like getting rich doing this. And, you know, publishers had the money to be able to just kite it along forever, but they really don't. So, you know, they're willing to work with you if you're a little slower, but if you're too slow, they just can't afford to be paying somebody for that long without a return. So, you know, but I don't think anybody's taking a month a page either.
Past Master Dan said that we were talking is referring back to the grandparents comment. My wife said that, and now we're grandparents, and she loves it. I will love it too, Past Master Dan.
Oh, yeah,
my child needs to be at least more than 17 years old. Sorry, he needs to be an adult. An adult.
Yeah,
I would prefer it be like graduated college
with a job.
With a job,
if not a house, you know,
something like that.
Yeah, getting on the road. I mean, you know what? I was 33 by the time I had kids, and really.
By the time you inherited children.
By the time actually, you know what? I got kids in such a great way because I got to meet. I got to meet them and say, you know what? Because I really liked Meredith, and we weren't together for that long by the time I met the kids. Not, I think maybe a month and a half, 2 months, maybe two. Anyway, about 2 months. And Everett, who is 17 now, was 2 years old, and Hayden was 4.
Yep.
And you know, they were great kids. Like Everett, he was such a smart little kid, and Hayden was very lovable.
Everett was the definition of precocious.
Yes.
Yeah. He was like an old man.
He was great until he realized I was not going away.
And then you were stinky.
Well, that was stinky. The dog especially.
Was stinky. The dog who he would not go anywhere without. When he first met the dog, she was stinky.
Yeah.
Man, he made her go everywhere with him, to the bathroom, to get dressed, to bed. Like he took bike rides with her. They went everywhere together. That really was like.
I have a feeling. I think I ran out of lead in my pencil. I put new lead in, and I think I put in H because it was really dark and it's coming off really easy.
Is that good or bad?
You know, it worked out fine. But so the good thing about H, also, these erasers are getting so bad they're starting to leave a residue. Eventually, they kind of, you can only use them for so long before they just get so gummed up. I need new erasers too. The amount of new stuff I need.
I probably have some somewhere in the drawer.
Yeah, look, it's all gummed up here. And of course, I don't have my whatever. It'll be fine.
All right, I got to read some super chats because I'm getting backed up. Greg L. Static Art, super chat for $2. Greg says, hey, D&M, Happy New Year. Love this one already. Thank you so much, Greg.
Yes, thank you very much, Greg. It was great to see you here. Actually, I saw Greg commenting in the chat just before we started.
And Ryan Parfait, super chat for $1.99. Me again. Any chance of doing a Batmobile one day? That, honestly, you know what that feels like?
It does. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we had a lot of conversations. Okay, we had one conversation, you know, about this anyway this week. Eric and I, Eric Grove, who is our moderator here, and we were talking about ways to approach a membership, right? Mm-hmm. And what we ultimately settled on, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a $2 tier, and basically that will be you get like little bling, right? And then and also my deep appreciation for supporting the channel. And then at $5, I'm going to do a special stream once a month, and it will be things like you guys ask sometimes for how do you draw a tree or how do you draw different things, and I do these quick little sketches, but I can go much more in depth and make it much more, and also to be a much smaller chat, so it'll give you more of a chance to focus on things. And yeah, Batmobile I think would be a great thing to kind of focus on for one of those.
All right, next super chat comes from Michael Johnson Kirby for $4.99. Michael wants to know, thank you for the super chat, Michael, were you a fan of Stephen Platt, and if so, what happened to him? Is he in your basement? I only lock Dave in the basement, Michael. Stephen, I keep in the attic.
Right. Thank you very much, Michael. I really appreciate it. I'm a huge fan of Stephen Platt. Absolutely. I was a huge fan before I got in. I remember I actually went to the convention I got hired at Top Cow. Actually, he was a guest at that show, and I was pretty excited about that. I thought it was very cool. I was in the same building. I never got to meet him because he had a huge line, and I was trying to get work, and I had my mother, and they really wanted to just get out of there. And anyway, but I saw people coming out of there with a print from him. I thought, wow, it's pretty amazing. So I'm a huge fan. And he now is mostly, he does production work. Like he does film design. So, and he does comic stuff here and there. Like it's not, I need to put this away. I'm going to end up copying everything from it. Like I'm looking at the lighting and everything, and I don't want it to just
put it away now. That did not have any resemblance to any song that might have.
I think you're good on that one.
Been out in the 90s.
Okay.
All right. Next super chat comes from Poop Dealer wants to know, hey Dave, I want to ask before we read the super chat, are you going to do all the covers for Walking Dead Deluxe? Because if so, there's going to be awesome. Curious to see how you draw Negan. Oh, that's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
I hope that it gets to draw all of them. We're on the book to do it so far.
Yeah, it's not for me to say what I will and won't be doing, but I'm ongoing with it. So
he will be firing himself.
Right. Yeah, I will do those things as long as I possibly can because, it's Walking Dead.
That's right. All right. Next super chat comes from Chris Lavoie for $10. Thank you so much, Chris. Chris says, Happy New Year, D&M. I've been studying Dave's pencils and Greg Capullo's art, and the lines are so dramatic. How can I practice having dynamic and interesting line work? Gesture, anatomy. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. I would say to practice. Greg Capullo's work is so incredible, not because of his lines. I mean, he's great with that too, but it's his figures. It's his. He has not only just a great flow and a great dynamism to his figures, but he also has just a great humanity to his figures, and that's something you can't discount. And that is not a style thing. It's not a. It's a very. I know for me, it's been an easy thing to overlook and to not do as well as I could, and I would say you really want to focus on that. And for line work, you will find actually, I have a video up on the Proco on the Proco YouTube channel. Check that out. It's all about rendering, so it's a good 30-minute, kind of really my philosophy behind rendering, the way that I do it. I would recommend that, and I would really recommend that you focus most of your effort on fundamental drawing, gesture drawing, that kind of thing. I gather Greg Capullo from, and he's another one, Meredith, that I talk to, and I don't just go, hey, where do you get this? Where do you get that? Like, it's amazing how, like, I talk to other artists, and we talk about the business a little bit, and then we just kind of talk. We're not really talking about, it's not like an interview, let me put it that way. So I haven't said, hey, where'd this come, where'd that come from? But I have actually read that he got a lot of his influence actually from Mad Magazine, some of that stuff, like Mort Drucker, that kind of work. And I feel like you can really see it. Like, he has a great sense of cartooning, but on top of that, he has like his characters are very regal when they need to be. They're very beautiful. They have it, but the characters that are supposed to be ugly, or characters that are supposed to be just different in any way. Like, they have, you can tell one character from another. He's a great, great caricaturist. And it's just an understanding of the fundamental skills that makes him what he is. So to break that down and just say, it comes down to lines. I don't mean it to, the lines are important. They really are. But not as important as what he does fundamentally. That's what really holds it together.
Next super chat comes from, I've got a lot of super chats back there. That's why I'm sort of moving along here. 81 Modus for $5. Thank you so much, 81 Modus. Capullo, Kirkham, Daniel are all doing creator-owned comics. When are you going to show them how it's done? Also, what's your thoughts on Stephen Platt? But you answered the Stephen Platt question.
I did that, yes.
So when are you going to show him how it's done?
By the way, for my thoughts on Stephen Platt, I want to point out, now this is a very early work from Stephen Platt, and I'm sure that he would probably be mortified that, I was looking at a couple of streams ago, my book of the week was his Moon Knight. And it's early work for him, and it's raw in a lot of ways, but I love that stuff. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. In terms of Create Our Own, I am working on something right now. I have been for quite a while, ages, too long. It's taken a while, but I'm working on it, and I can't really say more than that until it's closer. And it's unfortunately not as close as I would like it to be right now. So what I don't want to do. Okay, look, I say this as if it's up to me. It's not even up to me. But what we don't want to do is say that, this is what I've got coming out and show some stuff for it. And then it takes, ages for it to come out, and people eventually just get frustrated. So, I
mean, he's been working on it for 3 years already. So.
Yes, it'll be announced when it's ready to be announced. Until then, we have this. I'm doing a lot of covers.
Monthly, though. That's the thing.
No, it's not a monthly. But yeah, I've got, a ton of covers, and I just did another nonstop Spider-Man cover, which is a lot of fun.
All right.
Huge Spider-Man fan. I'm just going to keep talking because you keep.
Kevin Mandevil for $4.99 has a super chat. Kevin wants to know, Dave, will we ever see you color one of your pieces on the stream? Also, no pressure. You've got a long list, but don't forget to draw a Doom versus thing.
That's one that we need to write down, because I remember. And thank you, by the way.
Down.
Do you? Okay.
I have my list.
Because that is a great suggestion.
I have it right here. It's on my desktop.
So I have.
There's Monday night draw suggestions on my desktop.
I have my number one sketch that I need to do by request is for Charlie Parker, a valued member of our community, also Wolverine. And I'm gonna do it. No, we'll get through some of your stuff. Don't worry. But that doesn't change the fact that I want to do his Gambit. So I'm gonna do that. Not next week.
I'm gonna start taking control. I'm sorry, people, but it's getting out of hand. Dave is a people pleaser. Meredith is not. So Meredith is the mean one.
Yeah.
Watch out for Meredith. Do you have your evil music on your? That evil music?
Well, the button says scary.
Okay, well that's Meredith right there. Scary.
There you go.
Is it still playing or did it stop?
It stopped.
Okay. Donald Delay has a super chat for $4.99. Thank you so much, Donald. How do you get to draw All Might from My Hero? How do we get you? Sorry, my apologies. How do we get you to draw All Might from My Hero Academia? Isaac would also want to know the answer to that question. Also, looking forward to seeing your top secret Create Your Own book. I suddenly cannot read. I don't know what happened there, Donald. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. You know what? I got to say, now you have to argue this one with Meredith a little bit. At the same time, though, yeah, Isaac has been bugging me to draw exactly that for a bit. And totally unreal. It's not like he's, listening to this and going, no, no, he's wanted me to do that. Isaac is our youngest, by the way.
He's 12.
He's 12. So
he's
yeah.
12 going on 5. No, he's actually he's getting much more mature.
He is. So yeah, he would really like that. And you know what? I do want to do different things. So yeah, I would definitely be for that. I know I've got a couple of things we have Moon Knight, which I need to do, or Meredith really will blow a freaking gasket.
Through some freaking commissions where people paid money.
All right. Like I said, Meredith will blow a gasket, but beyond that, yeah. So I'll have a couple.
Plus, we'll have to take a break.
We will?
At some point for the move.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
We will take at least a week off to get the studio set up for the move.
Yeah, okay.
Try not to take more than a week.
Yeah, we'll take a week. I think a week should do it.
That's reasonable. Rough Sketch Studio.
And what's going to happen, Meredith, is the first stream back, it's just going to be it's going to be an insulation wall background.
Yeah. Here
is what it is.
Here's some timber and empty space. All right. We'll just hang the artwork behind you. We'll just nail them into the studs. We'll just put a backdrop of pictures.
Well, we'll figure something out. But
moving on.
It's not going to be pretty. It's all right.
Moving on. Rough Sketch Studio for $15. My dad can throw up any kind of drywall.
Okay, all right.
Any chance you could draw Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima?
Ooh.
And thank you for the great channel.
And thank you very much.
Chat.
Yeah, very much appreciate it. Yeah, that would actually be. I would end up doing it because I've got my favorite costume from that. I actually played that game a couple of times.
Yeah, you did.
I played it, like as a samurai and as a ninja, with the different, even like the bow. I avoided it because I didn't like the outfits, but the bow gameplay in that game is phenomenal. So that's a game I need to get back to. I've been so obsessed with Cyberpunk, and I know it's broken. And I'm playing it on a PS4, so it's truly broken. But I don't care. I love the game.
I feel like I missed a super chat from Greg L. because Greg L. just said, Greg L. said a cart $2. By the way, by this one I meant this drawing. To be clear, but I missed something he said. So sorry, Greg. I don't know what you mean by this one. I thought I've been so good with the super chats because I've been like copying and pasting them as they come up into my Word, so that.
But you blew it.
I blew it, Greg. I let you down. Charles Petrie, 5-0 Canada. That's a hockey score for those of you who don't know. Sam Kelly.
Over Russia.
Yep. Sam Kelly, super chat for $5. Hey, how would you recommend international artists get work within the industry when they aren't able to attend cons in the US to meet editors?
Depending on where you are. If you're in Brazil, highly, highly recommend.
He's in Australia.
Okay, well, for those in Brazil, I highly recommend Joel Prado. He's an art agent, also an inker, and phenomenal, and a penciler. Like he's a great artist and just a great guy. He is an agent, and that's a really great way to go. Who else is? There's another one, and I'm forgetting. Meredith, help me in Brazil.
Ivan, but Ivan works with Joe.
Joe Prado, but no, there's another agent.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. Anyway,
I know there's one in Portugal.
And who's that?
Pepe Caldeira.
Oh, see, that's what I was thinking. Okay, sorry.
In Portugal.
He's in. I didn't realize. Okay, it's also
you should stop
Portuguese though.
But yeah, stop talking about. Oh, I love this one already.
But I just want to say, Meredith, Australia. I don't know. I do know that there are some phenomenal working artists in Australia, and so there's a community there.
And they have conventions.
And and
a lot of editors. They always bring people over.
You're talking about, as if conventions.
Okay, we have a new show coming up. I might be able to answer that question for you.
Well, we will certainly be investigating it because the truth is, I don't really know the answer to that as well as I would like, and and the answer is different for everyone. Truthfully, some people like ultimately to make it work in comics, getting in is tough and it feels like an insurmountable thing, but it's a short-term thing in a career. For someone that gets in easily, it doesn't necessarily actually mean you're going to have more success long-term. And so, yeah, believe me, I certainly have been there where I just wanted to get in, and having somebody like me say, oh, getting in, that's not the most important thing. I would have been, throwing my pencil. So right. I don't want to say that, but.
Okay. So the Greg L. Sedicart comment where he said this one, it was in reference to a super chat, which I have not read, which was for $2. Hey, DNM, Happy New Year. I love this one already. So he might buy this one. Greg meant this sketch.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. So thank you very much.
I'm not as behind as I thought it was.
Okay, good.
All right. Next super chat. Okay, hold on. I got to copy and paste a few so I don't fall behind. Next super chat comes from Watershush for $5 Singapore dollars. Call me hater. Been a while since my last super chat. I just want to wish you all a happy new year. How do I email my art I promised to previously? I think there's contact information on your website, isn't there, Dave?
There is, yeah. And then actually, you can even find it just even on the YouTube channel. You just go under, I think, about. I want to say about. Anyway, there's a contact, and it's the same one.
Yeah.
It's
all the same.
Yeah, Deepfinch Artist at Google. Gmail.com.
Yep. Deepfinchartist@gmail.com.
And I check it.
And so does Meredith. So you'll actually get an answer. Noel Hines is a super chat for $5. Noel says, "So, how's your create your own project going? Would love to see what you do." So we've answered the super chat.
We have. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I wish you could show stuff.
I really wish I could. I mean, I'm working on a page this week. Actually, it's so close to being finished.
Amazing. His stuff is it's so flippin' good.
Well, thank you, Meredith.
I feel like Keith Dotson's being either he's being sarcastic or the chat is slow for him tonight. Maybe it's rolling slow. It's freaking fast for me, Keith. I don't know if maybe I'm my brain's not operating quickly enough. Milton Aguar, I hope I said that right, Milton, has a super chat for €5. Hey, Dave and Meredith, Happy New Year. I haven't been here for months. Also, does your backgrounds course cover how to draw architecture?
It absolutely does, yes. And hi, Milton, and thank you.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes. Yeah, it does cover architecture. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's really the focus. You know, I covered a few different types of backgrounds, but yes, it does. By the way, tomorrow, Dr. Rock's here. Hey, say hi, Dr. Rock.
Hi, Dr. Rock.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rock. I'm skipping ahead because I looked up and I saw it. Okay.
Mess, stop.
All right, but
who's in charge of the chat here? Am I on the pictures?
All right. But I'm going to be working on my next course, and that is expressions. I was actually talking to Eric about this one too. We actually had a extensive conversation, and really just about strategy. Because that's okay. So I wanted to start the YouTube channel. I do have goals for it. You know, I've got my courses, and I really want to do more with that. But it's the most important thing for me was getting YouTube established. And also, I hate it. I know for me, when I click on a YouTube video and it's just basically an advertisement for, hey, like, you know, here's 10 seconds of something, and then let me try and get you to buy something. I don't want it to be that way. And I would prefer, you know, honestly, I really think you could go on YouTube and you could get basically, you know, like I'll be more in depth, and there's more that I can do in a course for sure. But there's a lot on YouTube. And I think that, you know, I'm perfectly happy to put it out and make it as valuable as I can possibly make it. Like make every video as good as I can make it. And if that's enough for you and you get, then I'm good with that, you know. But yeah, we're really, I'm talking in circles here. I know. Anyway,
okay,
whatever. Point being, I'm working on one tomorrow.
Okay. So next super chat comes from Artsy Designs for $5. Artsy, showing my support. Thanks for making my Monday night great. Can't stay working early this week. You know what I want to ask.
Oh man, I do know. He wants to know. And Meredith, you need to help me out with that. It's the magic. Yeah.
I want to sing about you can do magic.
Okay, yeah, please.
But I can't sing that song. I'm texting myself right now.
Okay, good.
Texting Meredith.
So hopefully Artsy can be with us next week, and we will try. How many weeks have I promised that?
Magic. Just texting myself magic. All right, that should work. Jordan Seward. My phone's buzzing because I just got a text for $3.99. Dave for the win, says Jordan Seward. Dave never wins.
Jordan,
we got to give him the win. All right. Next super chat.
What
is going on tonight? Why is the stream is so busy? I'm having a hard time keeping up. Like, that's great. It's awesome. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best here. Okay. I don't want to miss anybody. Who would win? Darm X has a $5 super chat. Darm wants to know who would win between Splat and Dave Finch. There can only be one master artist of the details. Master Chef. Enter the Thunderdome. What would you call it?
Sure, the Thunderdome. The Pencil Dome. That would be a lot of fun. You know, this is one thing I do like about comics is, you know, it's not like I love MMA. I'm a massive fan, you know, and I could go on. I won't for you, Meredith, but
thank you.
And I've been watching actually so much now that I could even, because this came up a few months ago when I was talking about it. Somebody mentioned, I can't remember who the fighter was, but like a very famous fighter. I couldn't even remember. I didn't know who it was.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
what's going on with us tonight?
Whatever. I like that comics isn't like an elimination contest. So, you know, I'm a huge Stephen Platt fan. enormous fan, and also a fan of Stephen Platt just as a person. I haven't talked to him in years. Have you ever met him?
Yeah, I've met him. He's buff, right? Short, buff, shorter than you. Buff.
Well, he's in good shape.
Yeah, so there you go.
Not as buff as me.
No.
So
Hey, you never answered, by the way, the "Are you ever going to color yourself on the stream?" question. I feel like the answer is no.
Okay, I'm not going to say no. What I am going to say is
talk to us next year.
Yeah, it's what I want to do it. You know what I would love to do? I would love to actually do like a painting stream. This would be, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I will say this. I will do a painting for the member stream, not in order to somehow make the member stream more, but just because I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to go on the live stream and fall on my face.
So pay for it, people.
Oh, come on, Meredith. You're the worst.
You've got to pay. All right. Sven Jensen has a super chat for $20. Thank you so much, Sven. Sven says, "Hi guys. Arg! Sucked back into the vortex of work. Got a little time during Christmas break and did some Dave tutorials. Thanks, sir. If you're doing something different once a month, would a cool landscape be possible?"
Yeah, for sure. And thank you very much. It's good to see Sven here. But yeah, absolutely. That's kind of more like I'm always basically just drawing, like a pinup of a character on these, because honestly, I feel like that's more in keeping with what most people would like to see. But I would love to be able to, go in and do like a whole like tech kind of background or a whole alleyway or just different things like that, and just have fun with it and do something that's a little bit more, and especially like for a member chat, it would be, I think this is something that would be more appealing to people that are a little bit more serious, so I could get away with it. You know what I mean?
All right. Cool. All right. Was that a super chat question? It was. Yes. Dr. Rock Art is my next super chat question for €5.49. Hey, my bitches! Your streams are always so late. Drawing already looks great. Found a way to save our project should it ever arrive. You guys are the best. It's lost.
I think it is lost, but I do have. So Dr. Rock and I have another drawing coming up. Project I'm giving away. Anyway, whatever. We have something coming up. And it got lost in the mail, which is really upsetting, because as much as Dr. Rock in the last video that we did made it look like he came right to the door and I picked it up and it was, the genius of editing. The truth is that, he's in Austria. I'm in Canada. So yeah, with COVID right now, it got lost in the mail. But I have a high enough resolution copy that I have a solution for it. And that's something, we need to get that. Like, that'll be this month for sure. It's coming up.
All right. Next super chat comes from Failing Falsely for $5. Failing wants to know, can you draw yourself as Lex Luthor versus a Batman Meredith?
Now, I will grant you I'd make a great Lex Luthor. Meredith would not make a great Batman. You know what? I could draw you as a Batgirl. How about that?
Batgirl. What are you saying? Are you saying I'm not strong enough to be Batman? Are you saying I don't have the biceps?
No, actually, you know what? Muscles. You're right. Yeah, you could be Batman.
I don't want to
get all back. Good.
I don't want to be Batman.
Just want to give me a hard time about it.
I do, though. It's the story of my life.
Well, the next one that I really want to do.
Take delight.
So, okay, here's my sketch schedule. Moon Knight, because I have to do it for Meredith, or she'll blow a gasket. And also, I love Moon Knight. I'm saying that as if somehow this is I'm upset about it. And then we'll have to talk about it. Actually, I don't know what you had next, but I really want to do Gambit, just for Charlie Parks. Sorry, Charlie. And then I really, really want to do that Frank Miller Batman, and also the Doctor Doom one. See, this is the problem. Once I start going, I got a million that I want to do.
All right. My next super chat comes from Gaz for $5. Gaz says, "Happy New Year, Finches. Still hoping for the epic Jack Burton Monday night sketch stream." Thank you so much, Gaz, for the super chat. It'll happen.
You remember Jack Burton? You know what he's talking about? Big Trouble in Little China. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
It's a guy's movie.
Yeah. There are girls' movies too, which you've watched a lot of over the last.
Hey, look, there are guys' movies. A girl, like, I don't mean when I say it's a guy's movie, the girls get. I'm just saying, you know. Yeah, I watch girls' movies, sure. Partly because I get forced to, but you know, when they're good, I like them. You know. All I'm saying is that this is what they're geared toward. How about that?
There you go.
Is that okay to say? I don't know.
Sure. All right. Milton Aguar. Again, Milton, I hope I said that name. I'm sure there's like a whole like accent that goes with it. For 5 years, because Milton says, "Ooh, I need you to send you my portfolio." Fun fact, this one's from Meredith. Miguel Mendonca, Portuguese DC artist, is my mentor. And anybody who's not familiar with my work, which I know you're not on the stream if you're not familiar with my work, because why? But Miguel and I did The Little Mermaid for Zenoscope.
Yeah.
That was my first like mini-series book that I ever worked on.
Yep.
And Miguel is an incredible artist. And I brought him over because Dave had to pop off of Wonder Woman to start Batman. Then at the end of our New 52 run. And I was like, oh, can I have Miguel finish up the run? And so Miguel finished up the New 52 Wonder Woman run that we did.
Yeah.
And he's never left DC ever since.
Is he still at DC, or is he done stuff for Marvel at all?
No,
or?
Miguel is with DC.
That's great.
He was working on Aquaman last I checked.
Well, I mean, he is a gem.
He's like, I feel like DC owes me because that guy is phenomenal and they would have never found him.
Well, you can't say never, but you know.
You know who owes me? Matt Idelson. He was working on Wonder Woman at the time. Anyway. Love Matt. But so yes, I love Miguel. Say hi to Miguel for me, Milton. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Next super chat comes from, I feel like I missed an Other Mind super chat. Other Mind says, for $10.13, in addition to the book of the week, would you consider promoting an up-and-coming artist of the week? What I miss most about conventions is being able to go and support young writers and artists.
Actually, I would really like to do that.
You know what? It's a fabulous idea. My concern with it ultimately is none of us has time to research that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to offend somebody who doesn't get mentioned for not mentioning them.
Right.
That being said, there are places you can go to support artists who aren't able to do conventions right now and who really survive on the convention income. Comic Sketch Art has a lot of artists who are convention artists. And I know there are other places, like a lot of those Comic Cons that run, like New York Comic Con that are running sorry, online. That's the place to do that. I just would hate to, it's like every time we say hi to people in the stream, we're not going to say hi to everybody and somebody's going to get their feelings hurt because we didn't point them out, even though we see them and we know you guys from week to week. So that would be my concern. I take no stand.
Okay, well, we'll look into it.
Consider it. I just don't, again, I don't have, certainly not now.
You don't have the what?
The time to be researching.
I'll say this. It would be difficult to do on a weekly basis. Yes. Like, I need to have one every week. Yes. But I would like to do it, certainly from time to time. I think that would be really nice. I agree.
All right. Next super chat comes from Simon Bonafant for $5. Simon says, "Hi guys, hope you have a great year. Very inspirational watching you draw a great vision."
Well, thank you very much, Simon.
Simon.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
All right. And just one next super chat comes from Jerry Rasco for $10. Thank you so much, Jerry. Jerry says, "Hi DNAM, Happy New Year. I'm really excited for the future membership streams. Any chance you could do a master class level stream on page layout and panel composition? Thanks for all the inspiration."
Well, I've got something like that actually coming up as a course very soon. It's pretty far along. I've been working on it for a little while. So that one I've got coming up. It's coming up differently though. Like it's going to be released differently than some of the other stuff. So it's a little harder to just talk about, but that one's coming fairly soon. But certainly for the stream, I can cover a lot of that ground. Now, the stream's going to be essentially 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So it'll be, you know, there are limitations just with that. I won't be able to draw an entire page. I can't draw a page that fast, you know, but I can cover a whole lot of ground in that kind of time. So, yes.
All right. That's a great idea. Paul Essenson has a super chat for $5. Paul says, "Happy New Year, you filthy animals." Did you ever get around to adding Meredith's sample script somewhere? It would be cool to practice from those.
Oh, you know,
I feel like the fact that he said "Happy New Year, you filthy animals" means he saw my post of my horses and my dogs with the Christmas scarf and the Santa hat. Because that's what I said for my Christmas post. Like, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals."
Maybe, but that's from...
I know it's from Home Alone, but it's a direct reference in my mind to me.
Everything's all about you.
It's all about me. As I, you know, wave my hand in the air.
Right. I'm not saying it isn't.
I haven't put my script out there. I don't have the sample script right now.
You could put out a script that you've already done.
I could do that. I could put out some pages from Rose. It's been so long since I did Rose that I put out.
I actually just did a sample script with Eric. Actually, Eric wrote it, you know, truthfully. And I would have went to Meredith for it, but it had a really specific purpose, you know. It's like a portfolio script. It wasn't a story. I mean, it is a story in the sense that it has, you know, I know what I need for a portfolio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so, yeah, I figured,
I think it's true.
Better to just, you know, rather than have you try and come up with something that has like a meaning behind it or whatever. I just figured, okay, it's better to. So Eric wrote something pretty cool.
That would be. I could do a sample script at some point. Brad Scott Art. After we move,
yeah,
I'll do a sample script.
All right.
Brad has I just threw my run across the floor. Has a $5 super chat. Happy New Year, Finches. I want to create more Black and Native American superheroes. How important do you think origin stories are? And Miss Meredith rocks. Brad.
My personal opinion, I think that origin stories are very important for characters that are established. I think a character, for me, okay, look, honestly, for me, how cool a character looks is most important, you know, truthfully. So there's that. But then, you know, from a story standpoint, it's all about what a character wants, what a character needs, motivations, you know, and having that stuff locked down, knowing what your character is about is the most important. But then, you know, a backstory and, you know, a backstory, a history is what can really inform a lot of that stuff. So I think, yeah, it's very important for sure. I think it's really good to know that, especially if you think of it in terms of the effect that it's had on your character and who your character is as a result of those experiences. And, you know, especially if you're going to do something that has, you know, Black or Native American or different characters from different ethnicities, and that's a focus of who that character is in their experience, then yeah, I think it's very important for sure.
All right. Next super chat comes from Michael Johnson Curry for $4.99. Michael says, "I'm studying your Moonlight pages now." I feel like he might mean
Moonlight, yeah.
And I had to ask, what choices did you make from that in doing Batman? They're both similar and very different. Thank you so much for the super chat, Michael. See, I didn't miss it. You were next. I just got copy and pasted people out of order.
I wanted to do Batman very badly when I did Moon Knight at first. I was actually really concerned because Moon Knight has a white costume, and I thought, how am I going to draw that? Like, you know, I like drawing shadow so much, and I was afraid if I drew shadow, it would affect it badly. But when Frank D'Armata colored the first one, I felt pretty good. Like I knew it would work, and so I stopped worrying about that. I would say where it's different, it's not intentional. I love a lot of what I did on Moon Knight. If I say so myself, you know, actually I'm really proud of a lot of it, you know, and then there have been times on Batman. There are times on Moon Knight where I'm not as proud of the work, and there are times on Batman I wasn't as proud. I think I I don't know, you know, and I have found over the years, like I'll do a comic, and by the way, once again, he has feet. Saying,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was talking about. Talking about feet, and I totally forgot. Oh yeah, Moon Knight. I didn't intend for Batman to be different. I really intended for it to be, you know, the same kind of a thing. And where it's different, yeah, it's totally not intentional. It just sometimes it happens, and actually, to a large extent, the script dictates a lot of that. And that's not to say like I don't approach things differently because of a script, but you know, the settings and the tone, so much of that is dictated by the script. And if I want to be faithful to the script, it can affect the art in ways that very often I really strongly dislike. But you know, that's working with a writer. You when you are fortunate enough to work with a writer that really has a great vision of what they want, and you know, they're great with character, it's worth, you know, drawing things that are not my favorite at times, and that definitely happens.
All right, let's take a quick break. Oh, well, Meredith yawns, and then you've got your...
Oh, is it Book of the Week time?
Can you give me some kind of like musical sound effect? You've got this full board, and I set you up with that. It's time for...
Okay, well, next time.
And then you got nothing.
I got nothing. Okay, so here's my Book of the Week. It's in pieces. Just try and put it back together. It's terrible how I treat my books. But you know what? I love this book. This is actually, unfortunately, too, it's not even an old book. I had this one years ago at Top Cow, and it disappeared. And I didn't have it for years. And anyway, I finally got it again. This is Dracula by Mike Mignola. Roy Thomas, John Nyberg also, but really I got it from Mike Mignola. I've never even read it. And I got it because, well, you can see why I got it. Look at the layout in that. It is absolutely incredible. And there's so much Jay Lee in here. I think that Mike Mignola was a really big influence on especially some of the early Jay Lee and this kind of whole layout thing. I've copied this before. And I was talking to Eric yesterday, and we were kind of going through some stuff. And I hadn't pulled out this book for a while, and it's just amazing to me the kind of work that he was doing in this. This is actually right before he did, like, I look, this figure is just absolutely incredible. And the reason why it has so much dynamism, first of all, you can't see this leg, but all of his weight is being pressed down onto that leg, and it feels like it. He's arcing over that leg. And then he's got an arc that goes all the way from this foot around the figure and down, and even the hand is all curved in. So the whole figure takes this curved path, and that's why it has so much power behind it. He's such an incredibly well-rounded artist. This is, did I say, it's right before Hellboy, just before he did Hellboy Seed of Destruction. And so for me, this is my favorite era of his work. It was after, I love his Marvel stuff. I love his DC stuff. I think that's some incredible work. His last DC book that I'm aware of anyway, it was a Batman story that is kind of this sort of quality. But he went fairly quickly from this. He did Seed of Destruction. Then he started going more cartoony, which I also really like. But there was something to this that is really my favorite. Like a panel like this, where it's just a silhouette of a guy by, I guess, a signpost, and you can see a really faded out in the fog stagecoach coming. And it's such a simple panel. It's so simply done, and it just works so well. And this is something that I don't do at all, ever. And I actually went through a period where I was experimenting with this kind of stuff more. I really should get back to it. Like that wolf is, I mean, is a work of art. You know, it's incredible. I could put that on a t-shirt. No comment on me putting a wolf on my shirt?
No. I want to say I'm paying attention right now, but
you're totally not even.
I'm not. You're doing your book.
I've totally copied this panel before.
You're doing your book of the week.
And I love how he's using it. It's a design element, but it also just, it pushes into the panel so well. It's really amazing. I love some of these, you know, it's like a old brick and stone with metal, a lot of stuff that was also in Hellboy, but I think this is really the origins of this. And I have to think this book really influenced him on wanting to draw Hellboy. It's so similar. You can see he's got the statues in the background the way he did in Hellboy. So, you know, if you're a big Hellboy fan, I think this is a great book to pick up. There are 4 of them. I have all 4 somewhere. I can only find 2 right now.
Just so you know, your time up is almost up.
And yeah, look at that face right there. It's so small on the screen. You know what? I'm zooming in.
And then I'm
just gonna keep going.
Your time's up.
Nope.
Time's up.
Okay.
Right.
Check that out.
Super
Look at that face.
Next super
No,
chat.
no, hold on. I got one more thing, and then I'll stop. This panel right here.
5 minutes.
This panel right here, especially for those of you that are big fans of Rob Liefeld, I am. I'll tell you that. In Youngblood, he actually had a character very much like this, and it was totally taken from this book. And it's really cool to see, you know, an artist like Rob or, you know, Mark Silvestri. There's a lot of influence from Mark picked up from this, especially like the feet and a lot of the composition. You can really see where Mark got a lot of his stuff around this period. Anyway, it's always cool for me to see an artist do something and then go back and see kind of where they got it from. Anyway, an unbelievable comic, beautifully composed. I don't even have the vocabulary to really describe. If I did, I'd be able to do it myself. Anyway, there you go. Book of the week. It is in pieces. Bram Stoker's Dracula, the official comics adaptation from Topps Comics. I think it came out in '92, I want to say. And yeah, it's a great book. Apparently, you can get this all in one book, so you don't end up with the Okay, go ahead. Thank you
so much. All right. Next super chat comes from Avon the Creator for $5. Avon says, I can't believe I've been missing out on these streams all these months.
Well, thank you for coming now. Appreciate it.
Anyway, I watched all the previous streams, and I'm so happy to be here tonight.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming. I hope you're enjoying this one. This is actually, Meredith will be happy. This is going to be a bit of a relatively fast one because I was really thinking about putting Smoke down here because it's actually in the original.
Actually, Henry wanted mist. Henry
wanted mist.
He wanted mist in the background.
But I wanted to draw the feet, and that means I'm not really drawing much of a background for this. So I'm drawing Smoke behind it. But that ultimately, ironically, makes it kind of quicker.
All right. The next super chat comes from Dr. Rock Art for €5.49. Dr. Rock wants to know, Meredith, what's your favorite kind of horse? Might need a horse for special drawing soon. Well, my newest pony is a Gypsy Vanner. And I feel like they're very distinctive looking. So I'm going to say that. They're like
this weird little short horse with really long hair.
They've got long feathers on their feet. Feathers meaning hair. And like a long mane. They're like a fairy tale pony. Right? They look like a fairy tale pony.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give you a visually, I think the reason I give you that one, because I love my other horses. But if I'm going to give you a visually distinctive horse, a Gypsy Vanner is a great one.
But if you're looking for, you know, a Frazetta kind of powerful horse, it's not your horse. It's very much if you want to draw, if you're drawing a Hobbit, perfect.
No, come on. Gypsy Vanners could be black just because it's, you know, he's like not a solid color. Doesn't like if it was a black one, you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, that's an awesome horse. And because he's a pony and he's little and he's cute, but they come bigger.
Sure.
I don't tell you about your art.
All right, fair enough.
I do tell you about your art.
Yeah.
Who are we kidding? I tell you about your art all the time. All right. Harry Williams has a super chat for $5. Somebody Google Gypsy Vanner. Happy New Year. Oh, sorry. I'm like, oh my gosh. Let me start again. Harry Williams has a super chat for $5. Sorry, Harry. Happy New Year to all. And can you give a demonstration on how to draw legs and muscle placement? Do you have a YouTube video on how to draw legs? I do. Yeah. If you go through my YouTube videos, I've got a video on legs. It's all about that. Now, it's a subject I'm going to cover more. Everything that I've done at some point, I'll end up covering more. But yeah, there's a good, almost 20-minute video on that. So definitely check that out. It's on my channel. And thank you very much. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right. Next super chat comes from Jerry Lang. For $5. Thanks so much, Jerry. Jerry says, hi, guys. You guys are going to love country living. I love the different life rhythms it brings. And Jeffrey Allen Love is a new artist to check out. Jeffrey Allen Love. All right. I'll have to check that out. Wonder what kind of art it is. Is it like painting or? I don't know. It's nice to see Jerry here. It's been
few weeks.
And if you guys are sensing any kind of like frenetic energy between the two of us today, I'm looking up Jeffrey Allen Love right now for you.
Are you sensing a frenetic energy?
I feel like you're stressed because you've got a lot going on right now. And I'm stressed. Like you've got a lot work-wise going on. I'm feeling like we're moving in a little over a month. And do you know how little stuff you can put in a box?
Into a box, yeah. You really find out.
Like, holy crap, I've packed 25 boxes and I'm not done my office. I've just cleaned off the shelves. It's going to take me 50 boxes just to clean out the drawers.
Yeah.
And your office, oh my gosh, it's so, like, I can't even tell you, people. I can't even tell you. I'm so stressed out about packing right now. We're never going to get it done.
Maybe when people move into this house, we'll just say, hey, you don't mind if we leave this stuff here for a few months?
We'll
come back for it.
Here's the comics. We'll come back for it. Oh my gosh.
They won't mind.
No, not at all. This is why, like, you never want to move. You never move because and don't get a bigger house, because the bigger house you get, the more stuff, the more crap you have.
Well, we are good that way. We're moving actually into a smaller house.
Yeah, we are moving into a smaller house. I've got at least 3 boxes that are just tagged stuff for Goodwill.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So. Eric Huffles, it is not the mini-me of horses. Not a mini-me. Okay, it actually is kind of a mini-me of horses.
I've never actually seen that horse.
A gypsy van. Oh, no, you've never met Monster.
Nope. I just, you know what? I don't have time to get out there.
Don't. It's true. You used to go all the time to meet the horses and feed them.
You used to drag me out there. Now I
can't even drag you out there.
As if you tried to get me out there. Like, come on.
Who has time?
No, yeah, and I don't. It's true.
Neither one of us has time.
Or interest.
You don't make me ride your motorcycle. I don't make you see my horse. Besides, my horses will be living behind our house soon enough. Yeah. So there's no urgency. No. You'll be feeding them and cleaning their poop in no time.
Really in no hurry.
No, we'll wander down to the fence after dinner and you can give them a carrot. Won't that be fun? We'll take our coffee.
Yep.
That will be me living my best life. I don't know about you.
You know what? Yep.
Then you can get on your motorcycle, and that will be you living your best life.
There you go.
All right. Sheldon Martin has a super chat for $5. Sheldon wants to know favorite Universal monster. Didn't answer that last week, LOL. Also, was there announcement on your membership deal?
I was just talking about it now. No, I was talking about last week too. So, yeah, sort of. It will be this week. The only thing stopping me right now is I need those little badges, and I need to do it myself. And heck, if I know what I'm doing with those things. So yeah, that's what's stopping me right now. But as soon as I get those done, and that's another thing that I've just got so much stuff going on. As soon as I get those done, I'll get them up, and we'll get going. So it's coming.
What?
Favorite Universal monster?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say Frankenstein, but
Creature from the Black Lagoon, does that count?
Is that Universal? I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure actually. It's a bit of a different era, if nothing else. Shoot. Okay, I'm just gonna say Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I mean, how can Dracula? Is he a Universal monster?
Not my favorite though.
The Werewolf Man. What's that? What's all those?
The Werewolf Man.
What's the one that you made me watch all those movies? You know what I'm talking about, right? You went like on an old horror movie kick.
Yep.
And it's not the werewolf. What's it called? Or is it called the werewolf?
It's called. Now you got me drawing a blank. It's called the werewolf, but you say it so.
Like, how could that possibly be the title? There you go. All right, Russ Hicks gave us a super chat for $5. Russ says, here's $2.50 per foot.
Per foot. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Russ.
Thanks for drawing the feet, Dave.
Well, right. I don't. I like the composition of like Frank Frazetta when he composes his covers. He's not really drawing feet either. But then he realized that everybody figures you just can't draw feet. So now I'm in this phase of wanting to prove that I can draw feet. It's ridiculous, but whatever. After this one, I'm going to do a few without feet. You guys can start teasing me again.
All right, computer's killing me right now. All right, next super chat comes from Kevin Mandevil for $4.99. Kevin says a Finch flock will happily help you move and pack Dave's office. And will Meredith be offering any writing tutorials with memberships?
We have not talked about that.
Is Meredith good enough?
Mostly because, I figure Meredith's not really qualified to do that, probably. So
I was going to say, is Meredith qualified? Right.
Actually,
the Wolfman. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, man.
Thank you, stream.
We are so dumb. It didn't sound right.
I don't know that I don't know if I could do a writing tutorial.
You know what?
I would have to think about it.
Teaching is different than doing.
It is.
So
I mean, it's also teaching is different from critiquing. Do you know what I mean? Like I can read someone's story
and say this is wrong or that's wrong.
Right. I'm actually saving that to be honest, because I'm working on a book that I'm going to kickstart again with Colin, and I'm saving that as a Kickstarter reward incentive. I'm going to offer the opportunity to have your script or like a 30-minute session with me where we talk, like you can send me something to read and then I'll get on the phone with you and we'll talk about it. What do you think about that? What do you think about that stream? Is that a good Kickstarter reward? I don't know. That's all I got. That saves Dave from drawing sketches.
Which I will also be doing.
I know you will.
As if I'm not going to do.
Because you love me so much. Jamie Martin has a super chat for $20. Thank you so much, Jamie. Hey, Finches. Happy New Year to chat, but not the stream. Any advice on keeping the vibe of your pencils when you ink? I often feel like I'm losing something or the original feel when I start inking. And does that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
Totally does.
And you're totally losing something. I
struggled with that when you started inking yourself. Yeah. I struggled that because when I first met you, I loved inks, and then I fell in love with pencils, and then I hated seeing anybody ink stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Inking is different than penciling, and really the big reason why is a pencil. Okay. So if I draw a line with a pencil, I can kind of scumble it around a little bit and I can really fade it off and press lighter, and I can get a lighter line or press harder. And it actually gets you a heavier line. So a lot of pencil can be a little faded. And so you can get a subtlety with pencil that this is definitely an H. It's not a 2H for sure, that you can't get with ink. And so when you start inking, you're going to have problems with it. You're going to hate it. I would say the only solution I found, because I've been inking for long enough now, I actually feel more comfortable inking than I do fully finishing something out in pencil, which is a huge transition for me. And it took a little while. You have to expect it to be a little different and be comfortable with the fact that you're not going to be entirely happy with it. And you will get better at it. You'll get more comfortable and it'll get better. But it's true. It's totally different. Not totally. It's not totally different, but the differences are enough that it will have a different feel. And
then you'll start incorporating, and it'll start to feel like your art again.
Yes, it will.
Your inks now still feel like your art.
Yeah,
in a way they didn't when you first started.
Yeah, I'm so much more comfortable. I know what I'm going to get from it, and this is the thing. I solely penciled for so many years that going into inking, it was naturally going to be odd. And it was for sure. So, I can get more detail with ink also. That's another factor than I can with a pencil. And it's very easy to do things that end up just looking bad and kind of closed in. And, I've had that happen. Like right here. I totally made a mess of that. Looks like junk now.
It's going to be fine.
We'll see.
It's going to be fine. All right. Next super chat comes from Tyler L for $5. Tyler wants to know, how did Jason Fabot get your attention? Fabot. I know I say it wrong, Jason, every freaking time. And what was the state of his art at the time? And what made you want to help him with his art and career? Thanks.
Okay, well,
he's local.
That definitely helped. Not entirely local. He's about half an hour away, but local enough that
college. Somebody from the college who you knew.
No, nobody recommended him from the college. I actually met people from the college through Jason, really. But anyway, he emailed the stuff. To be honest, I get stuff. I certainly have over the years, and I'm so busy. As much as I'd like to get back and be really good about it, sometimes I'm just not as much as I would like to be, and I apologize. But I saw stuff. I thought it looked really good. I had just been helping with Johnny Desjardins, who is another local artist. He's done a lot of stuff for Dynamite, some different publishers, and he's a great artist. We need to have him on the show sometime. I haven't talked to him in ages, too.
We haven't talked to Johnny in a while.
I miss him. Anyway, and so I was feeling really good about it because it went so well with Johnny that I was kind of motivated to do it. And so I went for it, and he just really worked out. But it was a bit of a whim too, because I never know what's going to happen. When I try to help somebody, here's the problem. Most of the time, by far and away, when I'm trying to help an artist, I'm more invested than the artist I'm trying to help, and that's very frustrating after a while because I know how easy it is when you do it right, and I get so upset when I say work on this, work on that. Excuse me. And a week later, it just hasn't been done. And, and what has been done is really kind of ignoring what I've been saying you really need to work on. So, I'll say you really need to, try this. And they'll come back and it'll be something totally different. And they'll be like, yeah, I thought, but I figured I wanted to do this instead. And it's really frustrating for me. And I've had some experiences that way where it hasn't really worked. So, and they can kind of burn you out too, like you can be, I really want to help, but at the same time, there's only so much I can do. And like for Jason, if I knew that everybody would be as invested as Jason was and take advice the way he did, yeah, I think I would do it more. And I want to keep doing it. It's not something like I'm working with Eric right now, actually. And Eric has been, his stuff is coming along amazingly well. I don't know how much, if you're posting any of your work that you've been doing, you really should. Like it looks great. The stuff he's been working on, he's really coming along. So I still do it. What I would say though, I learned on my own. I learned at Top Cow. I learned a lot there, but I learned on my own enough to get in. And so much of what you need to learn is what not to do and just basic techniques for doing things. I really try and work on that on the channel. That's really what the videos are all about is me, trying to dispel, myths about how some of these things work. Like I did figures in perspective just this past week. And that was a thing that I really kind of struggled with. And it was a bit of an adventure trying to learn it. I actually found Loomis's method for doing that years later after I had been just fumbling with it. So anyway, I thought that was a good one to put up for that reason. That's the kind of stuff I learned at Top Cow though, when you don't know what you're doing, having an older artist say, this is the way it's done, they're not going to sit beside you and do it for you. What they're going to do is show you, and then you do it yourself. And that's how Top Cow was. Okay. Sorry. Snapping her fingers at me.
No, I'm not. That's me in the background, like subtly trying to get your attention.
By snapping your fingers at me?
Snapping my fingers at you so it doesn't appear on the stream because that's how I roll, but, it's fine. Now, next time I'm just going to cut you off.
Okay.
I'm going to make like a sound.
All right.
Next super chat, because like you totally digressed.
I know. All right.
Super chat comes from, not that your digressions aren't great.
Now you're digressing.
From Tagmo Model Works for $5. Tag says, one thing's for sure, Dave. If you can see horses in the backyard, you'll be able to draw horses better.
There you go.
You take your coffee out. Thank you for the super chat, Jay.
Actually, no, I think that would be a kind of enjoyable.
Do some drawing.
Yeah, do some horse drawing. I think I would enjoy that.
And I'll get tons of drawings for free of my own horse.
I'm going to do it.
All right, perfect.
I say that. I don't know
you
if I actually
say that
will.
stream. Let's see if he does.
Yeah. I've been saying I'm going to work out for...
Hey, SCS Powerlifting finally made it on the stream.
Is he here?
So I'm jumping down because he said SCS Powerlifting for $5. Finally made it to give some support to the channel. Workouts are getting tough. LOL. Dave can talk because he's been doing the workouts.
Yeah, I wanted to see SCS this time. I've been pumped about it all week because I have been working out 3 times so far. It sounds so pathetic to say, but whatever. 3 times so far.
It's halfway to a habit.
I didn't do it today actually because I could barely move and I'm not so young, but you know, I'm enjoying it again. And yeah, I'm getting so much out of it. I feel better already. I'm already at least 10% sexier than I was 3 days ago, I think. 10.
10% sexier? Like, come on, Dave.
Yeah.
Give it 20.
20 next week.
Okay. 20
but
next week.
Whatever. You know what? The fact is I feel better. Anyway, I really wanted to tell you that. So
Sexy's all in your head. Andre Malcolm Tattoo has a super chat for $99.99. It's such a big number. I couldn't get my head around it. I'm like, how do I say this? $99.99, which is insanity.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Andre, and Happy New Year to you too.
Yes, thank you very much.
Like, what?
No question?
No, just want to say Happy New Year. Wow. Andre is a tattoo artist. That's why there's tattoo in his name. So next time we're in California, Dave, you can fix your tattoos.
Yeah, that would be great. Actually, Dr. Rock's going to do a tattoo for me one day.
Is he?
Yep.
Is he a tattoo artist too?
Yes, he's great. He actually sent me an example.
Next time we're in Germany, he can do a tattoo for you.
Yes. Well, we talked about that.
You're going to have tattoos around the world.
You know what? I want to get a few more. It's been years, right? I'm never going to be...
I must approve all tattoos because this whole surprising coming home with tattoos.
Okay, that won't happen. How about that? But you have to admit, I'll never be a respectable human being. I might as well get some more tattoos. You know what I mean?
As long as it's not like, here's my rule. Not in your face, not in your hands. I don't like the ones in your knees. I'm not going to lie. I have no problem with any of the other ones you have, but you know I strongly dislike the knee ones.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, fair enough.
All right. Next super chat comes from Wayne Blackman for $10. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Yes, thank you, Wayne.
Hi, David Meredith. David, do you believe that the type of Bristol board you choose can give you the best results, or it doesn't matter?
Oh, it totally matters.
You totally cut off the love you guys.
Oh, love you too, Wayne. Sounds very awkward when I say it.
It does. But it sounds awkward when you tell the kids you love them too. So
yeah, I'm not
don't feel badly, Wayne.
To me, it totally matters. I'm actually superstitious about it to a ridiculous extent. And so this paper is Strathmore 200 series. I get it in a pack. I was using DC paper. I wasn't doing my best work. It was the paper, I found out. Not really, but whatever. I started using this paper and I liked it better. And so now I've decided it's a paper. And so I only ever draw on this stuff. And I go to conventions and people have something they want me to draw on different paper. And I swear it doesn't come out as well. And I get up I'm very stupidly particular to this paper. So that's from a superstitious standpoint. Yeah. But from a practical standpoint, this paper is relatively cheap. It's actually not very expensive in terms, like, you can get Strathmore 400 series or 500 series. It is not better, I don't think. As a matter of fact, I've tried it. I think this is better. And the reason why it's so good is I can erase on this paper a million times. It won't come up. Like, you can't bring the surface up and make a mess of it, which you can with some other paper. And I can ink this. Now, I'm not using a quill, but if I was using a quill won't bleed on it. And that's a real problem with a lot of paper is poorer quality paper. You drag the quill across and it will bleed out a little bit. And so, yeah, I found when I was at Marvel, it was tough at first because it was coming from Image. They have the best paper of all time. They don't make it anymore. And I got used to the Marvel paper. And then I went to DC and I was so upset because the DC paper wasn't the Marvel paper. Now I've got this stuff. It's my paper. I mean, you know, branded or like it's Strathmore paper, but
we're going to brand it. And we're going to sell it back to you guys at 100% markup.
Right. Yeah. But it's, you know, I'm not waiting for somebody to mail it to me, and it's worth the expense. I'm happy to pay because I know what I'm going to get.
There you go. So Henry Jeremic's on the stream. Henry says, Meredith, Where is Patches? We haven't seen him around lately.
Patches has been sick, I think.
We think Patches is sick. So I'm going to have to call the vet because she hasn't been coming down lately.
She came down actually a couple times last night.
Did she come down? So
she gets upset when I'm down here and I don't go to bed.
Yeah, when you don't go to bed. She does not like it when you don't go to bed. I think she's settled into the sometimes we're both down here routine. Yeah. I think she's sick. I got to take her to the vet.
She's been throwing up a lot lately and not eating as much.
She didn't come down to eat dinner tonight, which I mean, she never doesn't come down to eat dinner.
So yeah, it's a little.
So hopefully Patches is okay and things go all right. I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried. She's not a young cat. We've been here for...
But she's not that old either.
She's probably 13. She's not that old. So
not old enough to be getting sick.
She needs to, be Dave's pain in the ass. Allergy.
Yeah, and look... one day Patches will go. I mean, it's the reality of having a pet, and we'll get another cat.
Cat.
Yeah, I'm really not ready to replace Patches.
No, she comes up in the back of the couch and she sits behind me and she licks my hair.
Yeah, which you hate, but you'll miss it
because she doesn't stop. Yeah. She just keeps licking my hair. I'm like, enough already. Like, you know what I mean? She grooms me.
Yeah, she doesn't do that to me.
No, well, you don't have hair, and also you don't feed her.
Sure. Okay, not as often. I do, but yeah, she doesn't like me anywhere near as much.
No, she likes Isaac. She loves Isaac.
Yeah,
she sleeps on his bed at night.
None of the animals really like me as much
for dinner. All right, I feel like right now is a good time for me to stop the stream and say, "Hey, everybody," because Kenny's not here. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Or the thumbs up thingamajinger, that thingy. Hit like. And I don't know if you noticed, but Dave is at 90,000 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed, you are not part of the Cool Kid Club, the Finch Flock. So click the subscribe button.
Yes, and if you are subscribed, thank you.
And then you're cool like us. I mean, we were never cool. We'll pretend. If enough people like us, then maybe we'll be cool.
No.
Apparently my snap echoed, according to Nick from Detroit. I was trying to snap.
Yeah.
But it wasn't subtle. So much for subtlety.
Yeah, you got a microphone beside you. You got to figure if
I'm snapping down here. Like down, away from both microphones.
Yeah.
And SAS Powerlifting says, Dave Finch, rest days are allowed. Things are going to be a lot heavier leading up to the meet for me. So my rest days are going to be like heaven. Well, good luck. We want to know when your meet is.
Yeah, I envy. I did CrossFit a few years ago, 5 years ago now. And I had to stop. And I stopped actually for two reasons. I've mentioned Meredith has been kind enough to mention a few times that I'm really, really badly unathletic. And
I'm sharing the love.
Right. With CrossFit, you partner all the time. It's like a constant thing.
It's like gym class.
It's like gym class. And so
high school gym class.
And because I was the worst person there, like by far, the minute they were getting ready to partner, the person right beside me, I would just jump on them. Partner. And everybody there was like polite enough that they don't want to say no. And it was actually truly, Meredith, it was getting to the point where people know when the partner thing's coming and I could see him inching away from me. And yeah, it's fun. And they had like powerlifting. I wouldn't have said it if I knew you were going to do that. It's very hurtful.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't control myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can get control of myself.
Anyway.
The street's all yours. You can hit mute my phone.
So, and they had like a clean and jerk and those kinds of things. I couldn't do it. It was impossible. I even had like a, they gave me a private lesson because I was struggling so much. It wasn't like a, hey, we want to do it, like really just to try and help. No, I don't. Oh. Yeah, I just couldn't get it. So.
Oh my gosh.
I stick with my dumbbells and what I can do. Thank you, Meredith. You were fired again.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, that was too much. I love you so much.
Love you too.
Oh dear. Whew. I'm just gonna take a minute. All right. I think I'm okay now. Okay. I think I've recovered.
So glad.
Thank you for that little bit of humor, Dave.
Sure. Well, it's all about the support that I get around here.
Don't get me going again.
It was not funny.
Super chat from Brad Scudder for $5. Brad says, I love tats. I only have 3 so far, but I told my job that I'm getting a face tattoo when I retire to make sure I never get another one. JOB is still MMR.
Make sure he never gets another job. Stays retired. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I think you could actually, depending on what you're doing, you can kind of get away with it now in a way that you couldn't before. I'm not getting a face tattoo, don't worry.
No,
but
I know you're not.
You could, but still, it reminds me of a story. My stepdad, he is a chef, and he taught at the local college for years. And there was somebody who was taking class to be a server, and he actually, this is years and years ago, took them aside and said, you know what, I don't want to be rude, don't take this the wrong way, but the fact is that you've got a lot of tattoos on your arms. It's really not the right career for you, because that's how things were,
back then. Yeah.
Now
nobody would care if your server had tattoos on their arms.
No.
All right. Zatanna, I want to thank you for reminding me to put the garbage out. I actually did it before I came in the house today, so that's all done. Stream's awesome.
That's 2 weeks in a row I haven't had to do it. I don't think I did it last week.
Fred Hennessy says, hey, Dave and Meredith, watching from the UK with chicken pox. Can't sleep, so thanks. Chicken pox as an adult is the worst. I missed my high school graduation because I had chicken pox.
Yeah, I got it when I was 20.
Always, yeah. See, you got it late too.
Yep, it's no fun.
No, much better to have it as a kid.
I'm telling you, Meredith, this is going to be a quicker one tonight.
It's only 9:37.
I figure I'm going to be done. Pretty soon, actually. It's going to be a fast one tonight.
Supersonico says, poor Dave, I feel you, brother. I was always picked last in football games.
Yeah, it's rough, and definitely messes with you. But,
Oh, dear. Jay Doyle says, I'm laughing, A, because that story, and B, Meredith, your laugh is contagious, laughing my ass off. So apparently I'm not the only one who's crying.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go and I'm going to check the analytics tomorrow. I'm going to watch it drop off like a cliff. Like Meredith starts laughing.
They start laughing.
Because you can really see when people are watching and when people kind of get bored or whatever. Anyway, cliff, guaranteed.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Too funny. Henry Jeremick says Jimmy Reyes said on his channel that Meredith sends her love, which means he banned me on his channel. You asked him to ban me. He was only kidding, I think. Now Jimmy's banning people on his channel.
I haven't heard from Jimmy tonight. I saw he was in the chat. Yeah. Hi, Jimmy, by the way.
All right, I got to read this comment from Cooper McCormick. Cooper says, as an artist, I try way too hard. I can never get it 100% right. I end up drawing in classes in around 5 to 6 hours a day total. P.S. You draw Deathstroke on a stream. He's the best ninja. You drew Deathstroke, and he's the best ninja. Cooper, it's never going to be perfect.
Thank you. And look, there are so many artists that can draw so much better than I can. And I've had to come to terms with that. Like, I don't just accept it. Like, I always try and get better and I try and work on it. But at the same time, I can't do the kind of work. Like, there are times I have this idea in my head of what I want to do, and I can't get it across. I'm just, it's a limitation, and you learn to live with it. I really think part of the reason why I made it, a big part of the reason, is I had no choice. I really don't know if I would have, because it was a lot of work for me. I've seen artists that are so outrageously talented that they can just pick things up. Mike Turner could just pick things up, Adam McDaniel, an artist that I'm assuming you guys wouldn't really know unless you really know your Top Cow art, because he hasn't been doing comics for a long time. But he was so supremely talented. It was so upsetting how easily he could do things. And I just couldn't, And I managed to make a career out of it. And I really think it's just because I had nothing else that I could do. I had no fallback, and I just kept pounding away at it. And I really think, we all have our limitations. There's a limit to, not everybody can be Alex Ross, unfortunately, as much as I would love to be, or Simon Bisley, or, my favorites. But maybe you can, and you don't know until you really put in the work. And you definitely can get far, far better than you are now. No matter how good you are now, you can always get better.
Okay, the next comment I have to read comes from Maddie. Maddie says, thank you. Vision is one of my favorite superheroes, and I'm drawing with you, and I'm doing some of my best art ever. Thank you for drawing Vision.
Well, thank you very much, Maddie. Maddie, you'll have to send it in, and then we can show it next week. Actually, that'd be a lot of fun. So, yeah, when she's finished with it, if she wants to email it, I'd love to show it on the stream next week.
Yeah, just have your mom take a picture of it and text it to Lance.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That laugh shook stuff loose, apparently.
I
know I have asthma.
Even better.
I have asthma from laughing too hard. Ved Kate Kedia. LOL. Finally, I could join.
I could
join. He could join the stream.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. All right. I'm not done, but we're getting close.
Really?
Yeah. Again, this is part of the reason why I don't draw feet, because I draw like all the rocks and all this stuff, and he's feet are a whole lot quicker than. By the way, all you feet haters, drawing feet's easier than drawing all the rocks and all the rubble and all this stuff. Believe it or not.
Solstice R wants to know if you use a new pen every Monday.
No, these are all the same ones. These ones here. I mean, you can't see it; it's pretty small there, but the ends start to get a little small. I had a habit of pressing too hard and they would bend. I don't seem to do that anymore. I think I've gotten more comfortable inking, but they do shorten and I have to move on, but that takes a little while. So I go with the same ones for ages. These ones here are worse. They're like a synthetic tip. It's like a plastic tip, I guess, and they dull, and I just can't get the detail out of them that I want. Also, they can sometimes too much ink can run through them. So, yeah, they can be a little more finicky. But no, I'd use whatever's there, and I stop using it when it stops working.
All right. Next super chat comes from Avon the Creator for $5. Avon wants to know, what is the procedure to have Dave review a portfolio? Also, is there a membership program? Thank you both.
I promise you guys, I'm going to email Robert Marzullo this week and see if we can get it arranged on his channel. I keep saying I'm going to do that. I've been so busy. I actually haven't talked to Robert it's been too long. I haven't, he's busy, I'm busy, and so I'm going to email him this week and see if he'd like to do it on his channel. Hopefully he will. If not, I'll find another way, but I'm sure he'll, be happy to do it. I'm speaking for him. Hopefully.
Maybe he doesn't like you anymore.
Oh, come on. How could he not like me? Maybe. I don't think so. Anyway, but yeah, I really want to get on that soon. And I was looking at doing for memberships portfolio reviews, and I think I would like to do that. But at the same time, I think that doing that, like, you know, really continually would be a difficult to keep up with for you guys too, you know. So I'm going back and forth, but you know, it's all the nice thing about um, the member stream is I can do that. Like it's something that we can certainly incorporate.
So we were talking about Patches the cat.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm going to do a digression here because you know this, David. Last week after the stream, Freddie, I'm make sure I say his last name right. Freddie Benzinger on Instagram tagged me with a picture that he had drawn.
Oh yeah.
And you have to show it on the stream. I'm going to show it on my phone. I put it on my Facebook, but here, Dave, hold it up under the camera. It's his favorite character from the Monday Night Draw. So follow Freddie because Freddie's on the stream a lot, and he's on Instagram, and it's at Freddie Benzinger, and I tagged it on my Facebook. But it's Patches the cat.
Yep.
And the picture, I mean, clearly Freddie listens to the stream a lot because you can see that my computer is dying.
Yeah, the computer's almost dead. You're drinking tea. Now you drink hot tea, not cold tea.
That's awesome. Patches is wearing glasses.
Patches wearing glasses, and there's a microphone. It looks like a Blue Yeti, which I have just right over here. It's awesome. Very, very, it's very cool.
It is so awesome. I could not let tonight go by.
Yeah.
So I was like, did we show that last week?
So I'm angling it up like this because I'm looking at it.
Yeah. But so cute. Thank you so much, Freddie.
Yeah, that's really great.
So follow Freddie. I saw his. He came up my Instagram because I followed him back, and he's got some good art. He's quite talented. So there you go. You won't be disappointed. All right. I got to go back and make sure where I was after the last super chat. Everybody's got suggestions for what to draw under his feet.
Okay.
Cobblestones, busted up.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do something.
Ultra on parts.
Okay, because we do have a little bit of time. I'm not going to draw ultra on parts because that was sort of getting in the way. But what I am going to do is create a plane and draw like a cobblestone because I think it's actually good just for like a demonstration even.
That's Nick from Detroit.
Well, thank you, Nick. Detroit. Yeah, I think that's actually a great idea. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So I'm going to say my horizon is just about here. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a shape like that for a stone and just start connecting them. I'm being really loose with this because I can clean it up. And as I go back, I just get much thinner with them. And it really pushes it back into space. And then I'm not even going to draw the like all the way up. I'll just let it fade out. And the further into the foreground I go, then they just get wider, taller, and bigger. You'll see. But yeah, I think that was a great suggestion. In here, I thought I was going to get away with no ground.
Yeah, there you go.
You're going quiet.
I was just reading the stream. Apparently, you gave everybody a view up your nose with a reflection off my phone.
Well, sorry.
Thanks, amateur artist. 1505. Apparently, there was a Meredith sighting tonight. Elusive Meredith sighting. Flat Meredith.
Hopefully, there wasn't anything up my nose.
Hopefully, there wasn't. Must have been when you turned around saying we had a Yeti in the background.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
So
Patches is enjoying a Long Island tea. She's not sick. She's hungover. Page 1 Comics, Jimmy Reyes. So that's why the cat's not down here tonight. She's been drinking Long Islands. She's upstairs. That's why she threw up this morning. She was hungover.
From Long Island.
Too funny. That's a lot of cobblestone. I just realized that when Kenneth Day said, now you will have to shadow each stone.
Oh, no, this would be fast. Trust me. It's going to be faster than you think. Especially now, if I was using a pencil, this would actually take longer. Using a pen, I can just go a little thicker with the line. It's going to go pretty quick.
So this is the first time in, I think, since I've started setting up my own Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
That on January 4th, I still have Christmas decorations up.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how everybody else felt about Christmas this year. But normally because we have everybody here, by the time Christmas, like New Year's comes, New Year's Day, I'm like, pack it up. I'm done. Like, I love it when it's out and then I'm just done with it. But
yeah.
Because we had such a quiet Christmas and New Year's, it's just part of the decor. It doesn't have any like anxiety or stress associated with it. And it's just been lovely. That being said, I did ask somebody to bring up the Christmas bins today.
Yep. I'm on it.
That didn't happen.
I know. I forgot.
I'm like, every time you come upstairs, could you just bring one bin? I don't want you to think that we have a lot of Christmas stuff up.
Yeah, we got a lot of Christmas stuff up.
The good news is the bins aren't going back downstairs.
That's true.
They're going in the car out to the new house. So that's the last time you'll ever be bringing those particular bins.
It's my favorite conversation.
Upstairs.
Talking about Christmas bins.
It is. Well, you know, things are slowing down on the stream. So I'm just segueing, making conversation. Hey, I could be singing. I could do another Moira Rose accent. David.
You know what? That was a threat. You don't have to follow through. And ultimately, my cobblestones are going pretty fast.
Yeah.
What time is it? It's 9:52. Look at this. It'll take me a couple minutes.
Yeah, you're fine. So fast. The ground looks good already. But I'm not even going to read Ken the Day's comment about what about vision shadow across the stone.
Oh no, I'll do that.
You guys, man, you're all banned.
You gotta let me draw the stones first.
Freddie Benzinger's on the stream and he says, Meredith, thank you so much for the mention and thank you, David,
great.
For all the amazing art. One of my first comics was Darkness number 39.
Oh wow! Well, thank you very much, Freddie.
For the inspiration.
Yeah, it's great to have you on here. I really appreciate it.
And right now we're at 588 likes. So if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe so we can get to 600. Because now we've turned Eric into Kenny Wang. Because Eric's like 577 likes. Nice. Let's get to 600. We made Eric Kenny. And Nick from Detroit is going to get banned from making the stream last longer. Sheldon Martin says you might have to do an intervention for Patches. We might. Addicted to the Long Islands. All right. David, what do you do on days when you can't draw? Any ideas how to repurpose bad art? That's Hessen Frick.
I don't generally repurpose bad art. I just walk away. I move on. So that I don't really do.
Flip it over and use the other side of the page.
That's how okay. You repurpose yeah, you want? Okay, sure. Yeah, I do that. Absolutely, I do that. And you know, if I have a tiny little bit on a page and I'm kind of running like I can't find paper, I'll erase it. If I'm desperate enough. For the most part, I'm too lazy to do that. And the fact is, because we've talked on this thing about, being motivated to work and that kind of thing. And what do you do when you're not feeling motivated, or if you have like artist block? And I say, well, you just have to work through it because you have a deadline. Look, the fact is that I do have days where I just can't do it. And basically what I'll do is I'll just come down here and hide and watch YouTube videos or whatever, and then fall asleep on the couch and I just get nothing done. It happens. I really try not to do that often, but once every couple of weeks, I just have a day where I'm just burnt. So, you kind of have to be forgiving with yourself too.
Charles Petrie says, I followed you on Instagram, Meredith. Thank you so much, Charles. Past Master Dan says, quit chewing your cuticles. Listen, Past Master Dan, there's a reason I'm not supposed to be on the camera. And actually, Isaac and I were having a conversation. Apparently, when you moved, I was chewing my cuticles.
Okay.
Isaac and I were having a conversation about bad habits today.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your bad habit, Mom? And I'm like, chewing on my cuticles because they're always dry.
There you go.
So there you go. Now you know my bad habit. And you have it on camera.
I have a record.
You have it on record. My bad habit. Page One Comics. Jimmy Reyes has a super chat for $5. Jimmy, love you guys. Thanks for another great stream.
Thank you, Jimmy. Sounds like you're checking out. Don't go. By the way, again, and I haven't talked to Jimmy for a bit. We need to talk, but we're going to be doing a stream together very, very soon.
With all Dave's free time, Jimmy.
Look, you know what? This is stuff you just...
Let's just add it to the list.
You make the time for this. Some things you make the time for.
It's 10 items deep.
I know. Well, sometimes you just make time.
Greg Al Sadikard. Meredith. Yes, please do the Moira Rose accent. It's one of my favorite things about that show. It is the best.
Greg.
I won't do it. I've already done it, David. I've already done it. It's pretty good, right? I think that was good. Are you dying right now?
No, this is great.
All right. La la.
Now,
Fitness Discourse says he must have written something else. I'll find later. How did I not know we were on YouTube? Glad to see you on here, man. Your work has inspired me a ton.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming by. I mean, relatively, I'm new on YouTube, Like, I've had a channel for years and years. Well, since, 2015? And I haven't posted since then. And then I started posting again. Actually, I went on Jimmy's stream, and he was talking me into it. And that was at the end of May. So it's been, 7 months? 6 months? So not that long, really. We're still a pretty new channel, ultimately.
Chris Graves has a super chat for $9.99. Awesome stream, as usual. I struggled with figures and perspective. This last video helped a lot. It just clicked. I would love to see you tackle the Predator.
Oh, yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Thanks so much for the super chat, Chris.
I've heard that, the Predator's gotten mentioned a couple of times, and I do think you'd be a lot of fun. I did a Predator cover last year for Marvel. I did an Aliens cover and a Predator cover, and I had a huge amount of fun with it. So I would like to do that. Yeah.
And yes, Nick from Detroit, just one.
Just one.
Just one flaw.
Okay, what are we talking about?
I just have one bad habit.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the only one. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's all you got. Dean Robeston. Hey, Dave, how do you balance work and family? That's something I really struggle with. I always feel guilty if I'm at the board for too long.
Yeah, it can be tough for sure. I'm making a mess. I'm sorry.
You have to set times.
I set time. Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. I
you
work all day, and then I'm upstairs from around 4:00 or so till I like to get down here.
Yeah. Kids used to go to bed at 8, and you go down at 8.
Right. I like to get down around 8, but a lot of times what keeps happening lately is Meredith says, "Oh, you're going down already," and next thing you know, I'm up there till 9:30.
But you also stay up till 2 in the morning.
But I stay up till 2 in the morning. So yeah. And I find it can be hard for me to really get into a groove sometimes, which is why I'll stay up till 2 in the morning, even though it's really counterproductive, just because I'm actually really in a groove, and it's just worth it to, even crash the next day a little bit, which happens a lot. But okay,
All right.
Let's start drawing this shadow
Real Felco. Just saw your video on Proco about cross hatching. It was phenomenal. You are a great teacher. Thank you. I look forward to the Monday night draws. Finch fan forever.
Well, thank you very much. I was really worried about that video. Like, you never know. I gotta say, sometimes I do these videos and I feel like, okay, this was a really good one. Like, it really worked. And then other times I just don't know. Like, I feel like I was really disjointed, and I kind of felt that way with that one. I was a little worried that it was going to be a really bad video. And, you know, like, not for me to say whether it was bad or good or what, but it seemed like it did well, which I'm really glad about. It's such a bad metric. Like, it's such an unhealthy metric to decide whether something was quality or not if it did well. Like, that's a really good way to lead to misery and
stop
whatever.
Looking at your metrics.
But yeah, I end up doing it. And so I'm glad that it did well. And now I decided that it's a good video because it did well.
Russ Hicks, super chat for $5. Since Dracula was book of the week, Mignola's pencils rely heavily on the X to mark large black areas. I have lots of trouble visualizing this. Is this common?
I can't do it. When I'm penciling, I have to put in the X or put in the shadows. I'll put in X's if I'm on like a real deadline and it's a real problem. I'll resort to it. But generally speaking, I always draw in the blacks because I don't like not being able to see what it's going to look like. I don't know how artists that do that, especially an artist like Mike Mignola that does such incredibly good shadow placement and planning. You know what? If that's a level of study on his part or just a level of genius, I don't know. But I can't do it. I know that. It's like backgrounds, like perspective. I mean, I have to draw in all the perspective. I get really uncomfortable if I'm trying to draw and I just fake my perspective. So generally speaking, I draw it in like mathematical. This is if I'm drawing buildings or something like that. I'll draw in proper perspective. I just feel much more comfortable. But I've talked to artists that, you know, completely just fake it in there and you would not know. It looks perfect. It looks great. And, you know, I just can't do it. So you have to work with your limitations.
Work with your limitations. No better advice. Do what you can do.
Yep. Yeah, and you know, don't let them like, you know, if you can't draw backgrounds without going through the work of putting in the proper perspective, then put in the proper perspective. Don't just do bad backgrounds.
All right. Is that your shadow?
Yeah.
Maddie had to peace out for the night.
Well, you know,
but she said she has school, but she said thank you, and she'll send you her vision that she drew while you were drawing that.
Well, thank you, Maddie. And you know what? Well, I'm sure she's probably gone by now, but we're almost done too. So, you know, it's not such a bad time to go.
Meredith's yawning.
Well, and you know what? It's 10:03. So actually, this worked out. Having the background turned out to be a good thing.
Yeah. Sheldon Martin's quoting Dirty Harry. A man has got to know his limitations.
Is that dirty? Did he say Dirty Harry, or are you just assume? Okay?
No, Dirty Harry. So there you go. All right.
I'll clean up my
signature time.
Almost. When I erase, it messes with my whiteout sometimes. So I just have to reconstitute it. Whatever, you know. Anyway, fix it.
Jester Sunday, I only know you from your tutorials on YouTube, but your work is so epic, and thank you so much for all the fantastic content. Learned a lot from you. Also, you look like Agent 47.
You're the best.
Oh, and I think Vegas Dave's mad. He says, "Hey, I said it first." So.
Well, thank you. It's crazy because I've been working in comics for so many years, you know, and for somebody to be more familiar just from YouTube, it's like it's a different audience. It's really great.
Yeah, it's
really nice.
All right,
I got to sign it.
Sign it. Sign your photo. Not photo. Your drawing. Sign the picture. And we're very excited. We're not announcing it yet, but we've got a couple more episodes of our next exciting thing to do this week.
Being edited. Well, we have 2 more episodes that we're working on this week, and 2 of them are being edited by the world famous and phenomenal Yuri. And yeah, so yeah, who just edited the last video that I put out, the perspective one. He does such a great job. It makes such a difference. So
and don't forget, if you're new here, because it seems like there's a lot of newbies tonight, hit the like and subscribe. Let's get to 100,000.
I forgot before this turns into a swipe.
After, yeah, don't be a swipe. Swipe or no swiping. Jordan Seward, David Finch, you have great vision.
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh dear.
All right,
everybody. Thanks so much for joining us on the first live stream of 2021. I'm crouching away now because
I moved and I'm okay here.
Yeah, don't show me.
You know what? That's got to be what it is. I have to. I'm knocking this around.
Camera in a different place.
I'll have to figure it out. Yes, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. As much as I really wasn't even thinking about this until a couple of days ago when it occurred to me that I completely missed Maddie's Christmas present. So I'm glad that, we managed to get it in there. And next week will be Moon Knight. And yeah, just like, Meredith said, thanks for coming and watching our first stream of 2021. This is going to be hopefully a great year for the channel. And, we have a lot of stuff planned.
Hopefully. This is going to be a great year for the channel.
There you go.
Put it out there.
Well, if nothing else, look.
Stop talking.
I'll continue to keep putting out.
For nothing else, we're never going to get out of here. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.
I'll continue to keep putting out tutorial videos and, try and give you guys the best content that I can. And I'm sure Meredith will too. Now I'm going to say goodbye.
All right.
I get the last word.
I love you so much.
All right. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week.